Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my secondary students. Welcome to a new lesson today, which is for a reading on page 54. Before we go through this lesson, as usual, we start with what we will learn today. Today, inshallah, we will learn to talk about embarrassing moments, to express regret about something that happened or didn't happen in the past. Let's go back to 4A. Actually, we will start, inshallah, with module 4, human nature. What's human? Human means men, women, children, old people. These are human. Nature is the way people think and feel generally. So this module is related to topics about human nature. We have here discussion. What do you think are some common characteristics? What is common here? Means shared by a lot of people. Characteristics means the features between humans. So what do you think are some common characteristics among humans? Actually, I think all humans want to be loved, respected, and appreciated. The second question here. What kind of problems do young people face? What does it mean here? Face mean they deal with here today, or they today. How do they cope with them? How they deal? How do they live with their problems? The first part of the question. What kind of problems do young people face today? I think young people are worried or concerned about finding a good job and starting their own families. How do they cope? How do they deal with the problems? Their eyes are always open, searching for chances for better future. Okay, let's start with our lesson here. Reading for a reading. The first question. Look at the pictures. We have here 3 pictures. 1, 2, and 3. 3 pictures. What do you think happened to these people? Read and check your answers. Let's read the title here. Share your most embarrassing moments. What's embarrassing here? That the things that happen to make you shy when it's happened. Share your most embarrassing moments. We have here shades of shame. What's shade of shame? It's like embarrassment meter. How embarrassed do you wear here? The first one here, I think it means you are not very embarrassed. This is one icon here, blushing rose. Blushing rose means not very embarrassed. We have here betrothed red. Betrothed, which was dark red, betrothed red, means that you are a little embarrassed. Not very embarrassed, you are just a little embarrassed. What about with the 3 icons here? Bag over your head and hide under the table. This is mean extremely embarrassed. Cover your head with a bag so you don't want anyone to see your face. bag over your head and hide under the table. So we have here 3 levels of embarrassing. This one is not very embarrassed. This is with a little embarrassed. And the last one, extremely embarrassed. These are shades of shame. Look at the first picture here. I think about this picture, something embarrassing happened to Robbie. Here, the man who faced the problem here is Robbie. So something embarrassing happened to Robbie with a lamp post. This is lamp post. What do you think happened? I think probably he must have hit the lamp post accidentally, and people laughed at him. That's what I think about him. What about the second picture here? We have Daryl. What about Daryl here? And we can see a smelly bag. So Daryl had a smelly bag, and maybe he kept some insects inside his bag. We can see here some insects. Third picture, we can see here James has incident with cataracts. We can see here cataracts. Maybe something happened to James with these cataracts. Okay. Now let's go back to the first. Here we have the first story. Let's read together. I don't know why embarrassing things keep happening to me. Just the other day, I was walking down the street with my friends from college when I ran into. What does it mean, run into? This is the past of run into. Which means you meet somebody by chance. You didn't arrange to meet him. So run into or run into means you meet somebody by chance. He met whom? I ran into my history professor. I decided to say hello, so I looked at him with a big grin. What's here a big grin? Big smile on my face and walked towards him. He didn't seem to recognize me. So as he was walking past me. What does it mean here? He was walking past me means that we are walking in opposite directions. While we are walking in opposite directions, I called his name. The professor finally turned around. He looked at me or looked behind, but had an alarmed look. What's alarmed look here? Alarmed look means look as something bad is going to happen. So he's worried here. As if something was about to go terribly wrong. Something happened, bad will happen here. Then suddenly I felt like someone had hit me in the face with a brick. I was shocked for a moment, and then I realized I had walked into a lamp post. So I hit by a lamp post. The professor tried not to laugh, but my friends burst out laughing. They keep laughing uncontrollably. If I had known things would turn out this way, we have this expression, if I had known things will happen this way, I would have stayed at home. I had totally made a fool of myself. I look like an idiot here. So here, Robbie actually was not little embarrassed and not very much embarrassed. He in between here. He is just a little, embarrassed here. So that's the story of Robbie. Let's move. Here the level is betrothed red. Let's move here to the second story. We have Daryl. I thought it would be a normal school day, just like the other days, just like all the rest, but it sure wasn't. I was late, so I ran all the way to school. As I sat down, I noticed a very unpleasant smell. Very bad smell. Soon enough, shortly, the other students went hysterical asking here. What's went hysterical? They are going crazy, asking each other where it was coming from. The teacher was getting annoyed, unhappy, because he hates interruptions. He hates that when students stop the lesson. And the smell seemed to be getting worse. It seemed to be coming from under my desk, where my bag was. Wow. So I opened the bag and, to my horror, here, I was terrible. I realized what it was. You see, about a week before, my mom had made me a cheese sandwich. Since a week, my mom had made me a cheese sandwich, which I had forgotten all about. I forgot the sandwich the whole time. The only solution was to get rid of it. Okay. Fast. So as my teacher turned his back to write something on the board, I think this is the perfect chance so I can get rid of this sandwich. I slowly took the sandwich out of my bag, making an effort, trying hard not to be noticed. I'm trying to not anyone can see me, and spoiled my plan. However, one of the boys saw me and renewed everything have stopped my plan, as he couldn't help telling everyone. Couldn't help telling means he couldn't stop himself to telling everyone. Daryl's the one, he's got a smelly sandwich. Everyone looked at me, of course, and started laughing. They made fun of me for weeks afterwards, which drove me up the wall. Drove, the past tense of drive, actually, which means make me feel angry or annoyed. Make me feel annoyed. The expression here drove me up the wall. So we have here Daryl. What's the level? Bag over your head and hide under the table. So this is the extremely embarrassing here. The extremely embarrassing. This is about Daryl and his smelly bag. Let's move to the third story here, James, blushing rose. I was over at a friend's house and we were, what does it mean here? I was over at a friend's house. Means I spending the night at a friend's house and we were having a great time. Then some of the boys started telling scary stories. As one of my friends stood, this is the past of stand, stood in the middle of the room with the lights off telling his story, I thought it was time, it's a chance for me to play one of my jokes, one of my pranks on them. I found a flashlight, this is a torch, in the kitchen, and I went outside using the back door so that nobody would see me. My plan was to get in through the living room window. How to get through? Here, to enter the living room window holding the torch and pretending. What's pretend here? Pretend, when you pretend, you behave as something is true, but you know it's not true. So this is a behavior here. You do something and which is not truly. To be a burglar, to be a thief. That I thought would definitely scare everybody. Unfortunately, as I was climbing in through the window, I move up. Through the window, I fell down and landed on the buttocks. I fell down here on a buttocks, on this. David, one of my friends, turned on the lights and everyone went outside to see what was going on, what's happening. There was a moment of silence and then everybody started laughing. At first, I just wanted the ground to open and swallow me up. What about this expression, swallow me up? When you swallow your food, you move the food from your mouth to your belly. So this is swallow. You want, or James want the ground to open and swallow me up. But then I started laughing too. Because he wasn't so ashamed, he with his friends, not with teachers or professors like Daryl and Robbie, so he started laughing too with his friends. So which level here of shades of shame? This is blushing grows. He is not very embarrassed. Okay, these are the 3 stories. Let's move to B. Read the text again and write R for Robbie, J for James, or D for Daryl for the statements below. It took me a while to realize, to know what had happened. It needs some time to know what had happened. Which one of these boys, Robbie, James, or Daryl? Yes, excellent. He is Robbie. 2, I was trying to get someone's attention, make him listen and look at me. Also, he is Robbie. 3, I enjoyed what happened as much as the others. He laughed with his friends. Yes, excellent. Here is James. 4, I wanted to throw something away. He wanted to throw the sandwich. Who is? Yes, excellent. He is Daryl. 5, I was annoyed by the way the others reacted. I was unhappy because of the others, what they did for me. Also, we have here Daryl. 6, I was trying to do something funny when the accident happened. Which one of them? Yes, with James with the catex. Excellent. Check your answers. Okay, fine. Let's move to C. Match the highlighted words, phrases, and the text with their meanings, A to H. There are 2 extra meanings which you don't need to use. Here, we have 2 extra meanings we don't have to use, and we have here 6 words or phrases. You can look back to the text, you can guess the meaning from the context. Let's do it together here. Number 1, run into. What does it mean, run into? Which one here? Yes, we have talked about before. It is meet by chance. Excellent. 2, pretend. Pretend. Yes, it is behave as if. 3, go hysterical. They are go crazy. Excellent. Number 4, make an effort. Which one that have the same meaning? Make an effort. It's try hard. Excellent. Try. Number 5, can't help. Can't help. Which one here? Yes, excellent. Not able to control your behavior. So it is E. The last one, number 6, drive somebody up the wall. Drive me up the wall. What does it mean here? Drive somebody up the wall. It is annoy somebody. Annoy somebody. Yes, please check your answers. Okay, we have the last exercise here. Discussion. Has anything embarrassing ever happened to you? Remember, talk about, you can also measure the level of embarrassing. Is it blushing rose? Is it beetroot red? Or the extremely embarrassing, which is bag over your head and hide under the table. Okay, thank you for watching this video. For more information, please visit the website and the Twitter account. Until I meet you again, have a nice day.